Cam,
Mm.
do you feel like growing up today is better or worse than when we was coming up?
By the way, someone came up to me the other day
What are
and
you about
said
to
they
say?
were born in the class. They were born in 2016. Think about this. My kid was born in 2024. You know how crazy that sounds?
That's yeah.
To be real, growing up was different for me because I grew up differently than a lot of people. I was a military jit. The only things I ever knew was on a military base for
I didn't even know that
15
about you,
years.
bro. I didn't know that.
Yeah, 15 years of my life, all I knew is military life. So I didn't really know much about the outside world, right? The only people you see every day is the same people on the Air Force base. We really didn't go off base much, right? It- so mine was a little different. I think it's a lot harder growing up in today's world because, first off, social media is everything. Everybody wants to try and be like everybody. You get judged for everything you do. Right. I think it's a little different. And people let that in comments and people hate and get to you. Right. One thing that's better now than growing up was ways to defend yourself. When I was a jit, I didn't know shit about shut your ass up, did
Oh,
all
my
this other shit.
mama.
I didn't know, like, bro, the responses these kids have nowadays compared to what I had is crazy. These have comebacks for days nowadays. When I was a jit, bro, if it was bullying me, bro, there's not much I can say because I didn't have that level of, man, go do this, man. I didn't have that. I didn't know that. Sticking up for yourself is a lot easier nowadays than it was back then, I think personally. But social media is a lot of shit up. It definitely is, especially for the young bulls growing up. But that's why the parents shouldn't give kids social media at such a young age.
I think social media is meant for teens. Once you turn 13, I think when you hear the
Yeah.
teen on your ages, that's when you need to be on it. I know personally, I don't want my kid to be on there, keeping it a buck. I don't know if it's just because of like my kid's dad being a creator, but even just from like seeing everything, like just social media wise, I personally don't want my kid on there seeing this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing, right? At least with like the way that we are, bro. Yeah, we talk crazy, but at the same time, we still put out good stuff. You're helping kids. You're literally like Cam, like you're literally helping kids get a platform to take their basketball career to the next level. People who just watch the videos might not fully understand that, but if you break down your channel, that's what it is. You're giving people opportunities to show the world how good they are at basketball. Random kids across the country. You know what I'm saying? It's like for me, like the stay sober stuff and know that like there's substance to it, you know? So it's like I would be happy if I could find somebody that's similar to me for my kids to watch that, yeah, we'll say the crazy worldly stuff that they're gonna hear regardless, but at least there's a foundation of good stuff that they can fall back on.
Yeah.
I do not want my kid watching nobody that's just crazy, whatever, but has no substance, no real meaning. They just do it on the internet for clicks and views. I don't like that at all. That's what I don't like. So if you're gonna have a following, at least have some sort of good backbone to it. But I don't know. I think it's way worse.
I do
it's,
too.
It's horribly worse.
I do too. So, okay. Do you think it's because do you think anybody shaped the culture in the last 5-10 years, or do you think it's just social media? Like, what do you think it's like there's certain people who like help ride those waves and help certain shit go off, or
I mean, yeah, there's always going to be people who influence. I mean, you know, influencers, that's literally what it is, influencing. So the influencers is the reason this shit happened this way.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't ever want to put like a whole culture blame on nobody. You know what I'm saying? I think that's kind of crazy to blame a culture change on somebody. But I don't know, bro. I don't know. It is definitely like, for one, it's harder to come up nowadays because like there's certain peaks. We had like the YouTube peak, and YouTube is always gonna be there, but the new peak is streaming. So now everybody wants to stream, but it's also people who have never been a creator before trying to do it. So they don't know how to process streaming culture. They don't know what they're doing. Some people is literally just cutting the camera on and sitting there and not doing nothing, thinking that that's gonna get them somewhere.
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing? You have to be entertaining. That's why you see the Kai Cenat, the Black Boy Max, the people in Phase. You see Speed, you see Aiden. Like they're overly entertaining. So, but it's natural to them because it's truly them. It's like nowadays everybody just want to be somebody they not because they see that Aiden made $100 million doing it. So because he makes 100 mil means that I want to do it too to make 100 mil. No, because he knows what he's doing and he got there for a reason.
Yeah.
You can't just copy and paste, bro. If you copy and paste, they'll just watch that you copied from. Like,
Exactly.
shit's simple.
That's facts. I don't like putting blame on anybody either. I don't think anybody. I think it's a collective. Everybody does certain things that people like. Everybody likes their own people, look at their own people, or influenced by their own people. So I wouldn't say that. I think it's like a collective unit.
You've made it to another end of a video, and I'm very happy that you made it here. Click this video to do it again. Maybe you'll hear me at the end of that one.